So I started ETHPorto because I had already started some previous communities back in my home town and in my home country, Portugal. So I started this as a way to unite people, because when I first started getting into crypto and into Web3, I didn't know anything. I learned it in a self-taught manner, like going through the web, reaching out to people to understand more about this subject. And I thought, okay, this is something that is worth doing for the community and for the people. So I started like a small community back in 2016, and we had like 5 people, and then it was 10, and then it was 50. And now I said to myself, okay, now this is the time to bring Ethereum event to Porto. I think that we already have a very interesting community over here. So that's when I started creating that journey. And what my expectations were actually small comparing to what ETHPorto was, because we were counting to have 300 people, and we had more than 700 people in the first edition. That was something that blew my mind. A lot of people coming from abroad and international people, not just speakers. So I thought, okay, this is actually something that is very good and worth pursuing. So something that I look forward into evolving even further for the next years. Yeah, so when I started LayerX, it was a result of my previous work with communities. So I started to see that, especially in Portugal, but overall, people didn't know much about this subject. So when I created the company, the goal was actually to bring people together and to build bridges between organizations and communities. So that's why we started to develop, the first product was a hackathon platform, because we believe that hackathons actually were a good way for people to start engaging and start building those bridges. So that was our initial idea. And now we are evolving that idea even further, but the goal and the mission still maintains, which is to connect as most people as we can. So within LayerX, we recently acquired another company. So we now have more than just one product, not just the Taikai, the hackathon platform, but also Bepro network. So a way for organizations to launch bounties, specifically development bounties. So it's task-based things that people can interact with and eventually can become the future of work. So doing a lot of gigs for several organizations, working one day for Ethereum Foundation, the other day for another organization. And that's the way that we are planning things. So on that movement, I think that we are getting towards the direction that we want to have. And for the hackathon platforms specifically, we are creating a new layer, which is Taikai Garden. So that's a way for projects that come out of hackathons to be able to go even further and convert those projects into startups. So getting mentors, getting team, getting funding. So that's all part of the mission. So I would say that in terms of goals, the goals are still the original ones, with some pivots and some updates throughout the process, but overall the same mission and values. So I started getting into crypto and Web3 in general in 2016. My first interaction with crypto was buying crypto, like in the investment side of things. I worked at an investment bank back then, but then I discovered there was much more to it than just the investment side of things. I started to discover there was a technology called blockchain and the whole movement from the Web3 space. So I got on board and wanted to learn more about the technology and wanted to also explain it to other people. So that was what inspired me to be part of crypto, is sharing the knowledge and the decentralization part of it. Because most people don't know that at the moment, most of the things that we use are completely centralized and completely controlled by some entity, but crypto changes all of that, and I believe it's the next step of the evolution of the web, but the evolution of the world as well. So I'm very happy and very glad to be on board of this journey. And I want to keep learning more about this because this is a very new technology and I'm sure it will evolve over time. And I just want to be ahead of the game, of course. The first thing in my mind when you say crypto, for me, it's freedom and control. So for me, when I started getting into crypto, I realized there was a lot of things to know, like managing a seed phrase, managing all of these technical aspects. But at the end of the day, I realized that it was important for me to know that because now I have the custody of whatever I own on the blockchain. And that's very important because if you create something or if you invest in something, you should own that and you should be able to control it. So yeah, for me, it's freedom. It's the, I would say, in one word to define what crypto is for me.